Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Adventures in the TARDIS. I almost had heart in the TARDIS. I mean, there are hearts in there for sure. But here I am, a little bit late, and here's Quill as well in the background.
Actually, would you like to tell a little story about before we loaded
No,
this?
I just want to embarrass myself even more. I fell for a magic that was a never-ending update, which was just an April Fool's thing. So it took me like 20 minutes to realize that, oh, it's not updating at all. And there's no update. But here I am. I am a little bit awkward, but and that might have me some interruptions. My sister gonna arrive somewhere between now and tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
I just had a random time. Anytime basically. So let's just actually see. Okay, that's one. Hi. It's yours here, so we're gonna have this on.
What does the shirt say?
You will not hate it because it's
Gamer Vag Rock? Author? Jeez.
it's Hungarian.
Familiar.
So
Okay.
you will not. It's making the sense that I'm a gamer, I stay home.
Okay.
But I guess I'm not a gamer enough to realize that the update was not real. I'm not 40. You are. Let's try mine at the moment. So, we can just have some normal car music, right?
Oh, yeah. There's another review I recently got on False Face had to say, there is a lot of dialogue in my stories.
I mean, in the problem?
Okay. That person seemed to think so, but I don't.
Let's get, there you go. Let's get one. There you go. Heart with horse. Heart with audited. Then there's all this crew, along with Pete Salazar, enjoy your breakfast at a log over a table in the room designed for the full faculty of the maxim to eat in. So yeah, the diner. And a much larger dining hall is adjacent to it, but the rest of the students at this academy would have eaten if there were any. Yeah, like in Harry Potter.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, there is not. I mean, the rest of the TARDIS crew are kind of, right?
I guess you could say that.
But they are eating at the other table. So, yeah, there is no one there. The decor of this place is fancy, upscale, such as tall and limited paintings, and in the Doctor's humble opinion, pompous. The social order is often getting advised in this society.
Advertised.
Advertised? Yeah?
Yeah.
The leaders of this society, including those who work in and around the school, wanted it very clear who is in charge. This is every inch of the kind of motive he had often seen from his own people. Especially before the Time War. I mean, yeah, we established laws.
That's right.
They never call themselves time people or something. In this instance, Prisoner is the one hosting this evening. Is he the one who calls for the others to attend? First of all, Prisoner announces at the head of the table. He chose that position because it makes him more visible to the others here. Also, he is the head of the banquet. I would like to thank you all for attending this meeting. While we are here, feel free to partake of any of the food we have to offer, but don't take it outside, only here. When he said that, he acted among the meal that is already served here. I thought it just appeared randomly. Like, literally, we are going to take back to our staff. Enjoy the meal, and then if it appears.
No, they're not in Dr. Kelly's holographic room right now.
I mean, they are in the TARDIS.
That probably is real food, and they probably could take it outside.
Yeah. But this is what they're saying. While we are here, enjoy your food. They can't take it outside.
But if you have the food anywhere else, don't enjoy it out there. It's terrible. Take it.
Yeah. Oh, so the food is real, but the taste is fake. There you go. The mind if I do? So we agreed. Oh, I thought that was Duffy. I assumed that Duffy would be the first to dig in. Especially a good workout. Okay, that makes sense. So refueling money is quite remarkable at this moment. Also it's safe. Do you need any help, honey? Duffy first got into vision. Once again, I told that they would ask this from Duffy. Who's sitting beside the gamer? In this case, off to Duffy's right side. No, I think I got it. Beyond the shells, I just scooped up some of her food. Julia scooped the spoon is attached to a man on the right hoof. Oh yeah, they do that. Her activity in new solid glasses. Wait, so she already has the solid glasses at this moment?
Yeah.
When did she right now? Probably. Relatively new. So we literally skipped over that. This has her to tell where everything is in the local area, but she is still missing a lot of details. Without the ability to see actual color, she is not certain what she is shoveling into her mouth until she either smells it or tastes it. Yes, anyway, but let's do not be carefully.
The invention of this item was discussed between the Doctor and Dr. Kelly, though.
Yeah, but
earlier.
It was not actually happening. But yeah, we will do that someday. Basically, that was discussed. And we know from Skylander that it happened.
Eventually changes to replace her eyeballs with sonic devices.
So, to her, this is also a game. This is like going back to her Harry Potter. This is the Thousand Taste Mary or whatever it's called. It can be anything until you taste it.
You're probably right that this is the first time the device was mentioned directly in the story.
Yeah, because she
insofar as the fact it's present now, instead of an idea.
Yeah, we also know that she didn't have it in the last adventure. Otherwise, it would have been mentioned.
The last adventure? Well, she was in Ponyville while the others went off to another adventure. And then she got picked up. They did visit the Crystal Comet, along with Lyra and Time Turner. It was around that point that the doctor and Dr. Kelly discussed a way to help solve some of her handicaps.
Yeah, that's why I said that she didn't have it back then. Because they were discussing it.
Mm-hmm.
Chatting the plan badly. If you change your mind later, that you are having any trouble, then I let you know. I feel the tone in there. Really great, cutting your friend. Oh, with the accurate reply, the rest of the rapid offer. Yeah, I feel the irritation in there. Yes, I am a kid, but not really. Smiling badly, the is over and gives you a side hug. In doing so, we can almost chokes. Almost end up looking for super food. Almost the same. Yeah. Don't do that if someone is eating. Especially if the food is in their mouth. So by then, she says herself and waits for the rabbit to finish her shell before resuming to eat. Good. So until I call it, and that's almost.
Yep.
So, what is it you really wanted to tell us? And the witness is host. After all, he had been to enough formal settings, like this recognizes true purpose. The here reason why I called you here, because one of these foods is actually Vision. Not Vision, Mirage. I wanted to find her. It's possible.
Yep.
Mr. Nadu said as well a cup of wine that he is holding nearby to him. Nearby him. There is a table of it, and the rest is back of the table before announcing. Once again, it's a red liquid. It doesn't mean it's wine. It can be blood. I want to talk about this ship's captain, Melodina. There are multiple aspects about her that I think is vital to the rest of you to understand before we proceed forward in the life or the struggle. Knowing these things can easily seem to balance one way or another. The son looks at Peter sharply. All of a sudden, for him, his meal is forgotten. Lupin, he said, well, you certainly have my attention. I figured I would, with this subject. It sounds like great. Whoa, wait. In that case, I have an objection. Objection. Look at it, actually the two. Then the listing of the room as well. Would it be more polite to have this discussion in front of her? It seems rude to me to bring up the subject behind her back. I mean, that is one thing I want to mention. He has ears everywhere, so we are not behind. She is literally part of the ship. I mean, possibility once again as being an android. I think it's totally fair that if she's given the chance to object or correct any particular activity, we can about her. Nah, she's content of course. She doesn't have to be here. I'm not about to share anything about her that she will personally object to sharing. Results are implied. Especially to those who are about to participate with her in life or their struggle. She has a critical advantages and weaknesses that need to be certainly understood. Wait. So she in the object to you sharing information to someone who is participating with her in the life of the struggle. So her enemies. right? Her enemies are participating in the life of the cycle with her.
Not exactly. And anyway, they're not here right now.
Are you sure they are not here? Once again,
Nope.
the
Yeah.
food can be mirrored. On the
That'd be a
table.
dumb thing to disguise yourself as, but yeah, she could.
I'm gonna kill you from the inside. Here's a critical advantage and weaknesses that need to be clearly understood. I mean, imagine how terrifying it would be if you try to take a bite of the food and she turns back into an elephant inside your mouth. The guy floats and hovers a cup near her face, but keeps it there while she got her horse sharply, and she goes over proposing. Why can't we just discuss you instead? I'm sure there are aspects about you yourself that you might find equally valuable for us to know. For that matter, maybe we should elaborate more about ourselves as well. I mean, yeah, that's as well, but we need to talk about her because she is a little bit different than us. After the guy says that, while Peter now waves at her dismissively, she keeps her leg. But details of the rest of you are largely unnecessary. Peter argues. But let me start now. Why that is so. I must tell you something that would have been common knowledge among the Time Lords who are trying to participate in matters like this. And that is one of the functions behind the assassins that guide these ships. For once, we have already met. In the future. So I know all about you. But you are this is the first time for you to meet us. Right? It's a possibility.
Something like that.
Oh no, it is actually a thing because the doctor already knows that they are gonna meet in the future. That's what the TARDIS is. He switched over gesture among yes as yes. You are all aware that they are sentient, right? The project lying face. No. Of course not. We don't know. Not only does the page get a lot of confirmation about these guys joining him at his table, but the doctor lifts the hoof to gather attention as well. When he added, he gets his hoof back on the table and he said, I think I know where you're going with this conversation. You are about to talk about the telepathic recording, right? The page nods and the doctor then said, correct. Would you care to explain? If you do, then I will just have a few bites to it while you elaborate on the subject. I mean, yeah, for the doctor, food has been forgotten. Certainly, Doctor accepts. It's nice to feel useful. Looks at Duffy. Mr. Davies and the doctor continue them. But he does, he does a comment and starts snacking on some of his food. So, the doctor begins as he swims his own gaze across his fellow companions. I will give you all the simple and brief version of this explanation. There is a reason why the processing power, or sort of computer, if you will, is derived from the essence of the living consciousness. The mind and heart that rule the ships are guided by the level of awareness that transcends normal space or time. They are highly telepathic and establish a connection to anyone who sets food or roof or whatever you have in these ships. What if they have neither of those? When the connection is established, so the benefits and taste linger. Among them is the Japanese translation. I mean, you could have said that there's one item that every creature has. That is the heart, right? I wouldn't call
That
it.
telepathic translation was still not mentioned all the way up to the Fourth Doctor so far, and he even did suffer some translation problems a few times. So this seems like it might have been a retcon that occurred later on in the show.
Yeah, probably. I mean, no, even the first Doctor was talking normally to the caveman. He just didn't know about it.
Hmm.
There's no way the caveman was that elaborate in that speech. Back in the time. Even the host briefly over his head. Over his head to indicate everything around them. The minds that govern the ships are, themselves, aware of every language. They only exist in a quantum dimension, higher than the rest of us. I mean, that would probably mean that they are aware of it, but they wouldn't care about learning it if it wasn't their job to learn it. Then I want them to look at the bigger picture, but it's too dangerous for them to fully expand themselves down to our level, because they bypass the energetic level too fast for the rest of us to learn. They can produce limited forms of their consciousness safely. One of them is a telepathic translation. Ah, so you mean if an enemy enters your TARDIS, they can kill it by giving them information. Too much information. However, what you all need to keep in mind is that when it's often a two-way street. Mind and heart of the ships are not just giving information, but receiving it too. So it's an AI. It's an always learning AI that transcends time and space.
There you go, yeah.
So it knows what we are thinking. And I've been guessing before he feels the force of steaming. He covers broccoli in his mouth. That's fair. Now I'm hungry.
Well, you're always hungry.
Yeah, I'm always in hungry, but I'm not always hungry. But yes, I am also hungry right now. It's fine, I have pancakes in the fridge. We have to eat after the stream. Yes, and that is important, at least to my original people. But there is space to its group. The purpose of making ships like these wasn't to build in God space and time, but to learn from it too. The heart and mind of the ships are across everything you experience from your perspective. With the data, I can later share that experience too. I can see someone raising an objection that I didn't sign a waiver that you are gonna share my experiences.
He had no reason to announce that when he thought he was the last of the Time Lords. No one else could be reviewing the data then.
How dare you not inform me that there are cookies on this side?
Okay.
I mean, since I don't know when they wrote in the stupid internet safety law that every site has to say that there are cookies, and even the ads on the television are like, you have to be at least 12 to watch the ads. So, most of these are stupid and annoying, by the way. A waste of time. Because the cookies were always there. And the ads were always ads.
Imagine growing up in that kind of society. You always just feel shut out from so many things. You're unwelcome over here and over here and over here and over here.
So it is admittedly a recording device.
Yep.
Even the host in the circle was. What they know is kind of like a video recording of sorts. After they feel your emotions, thoughts, and all of your physical sensations. Now you really need to sign some waiver if they are actually reading your thoughts and emotions and recording them as well. Especially on the gender band planet. Right?
But
Which
you
has not
mentioned that,
happened yet.
I was actually starting to write that recently.
Ah. Just like a recording though, they can't change anything than the information displayed. They can pause, revise it, fast forward it, but never change it. I mean, no. There are other programs in Magnetic Society that can take that information and make a simulation of it. And the simulation can be altered. And that is why you don't want any of the TARDISes to be given to the soldiers of the Daleks. I almost said hands, but they don't have hands. Even in the technical form.
Correct. They're too superior for that.
I mean, there was one Dalek which had hands, but he was destroyed. Obliterated. But the thing, they might explore things like, well, what if she went to know me instead of know A at this moment? What could have changed? No, would that have changed the outcome? At this point, they are playing Ogres and Oblivious. I see. Okay, especially with interest. That's quite fascinating. It reminds me a lot of practices with which I do back in my home one at this time. I mean, they are lacking critical information here. They don't know what is behind nor me in the details, right? So then,
Yeah, it's kind of theoretical theory crafting.
it's just a theory. What's all this theory? No doubt, let's again with discarding. Simulation seems to be something your culture does specializes in. Finally, in my opinion, they do it to such an extent to their own achievement. Sure, experimenting with what-if scenarios is fine and dandy, but with the action going out in your life, with the actual initial data in the first place, then all they are doing is participating with one thought experiment after another. It can only take you so far. I mean, that literally reminds me of one of the games I still have to play. I mean, you can see the back of right now. Oh my god, even the title just comes out of my mind. And there you go. This one, the AI. Which actually has the thing that, once you finish one of the storyline, you can go back and check what if you choose another one. There's a progression. And that is the whole game as well, that you have to explore every possible scenario. I have finished the first game of that. This is the second one, and there is a third one as well, which I obviously didn't buy yet because I haven't played the second one yet. I agree. And then Dr. Kelly, why do you think I agreed to join in your journey? To steal all the data from the TARDIS. I'm sure there are lots of reasons, but as he looks down at the table for a moment, thoughtfully, then looked by Dr. Kelly as he had. That is one of them. Wait! So everything I'm thinking is being recorded? The FPS is rising total discomfort. In the worst? Yes. but the astronaut is a well-liked companion sitting beside him. I'm not sure I'm comfortable with that idea. I mean, once again, they didn't sign a waiver about this. The pyramid actually rubbed in your seat a bit. Why did you tell us any of this when we joined you, Doctor? Because when you joined, I didn't know about this yet.
No, actually, it's like he didn't think it would be relevant. There's no one else to be able to review the data, as far as he knew.
Yeah, but still, this one is very iffy. Although shaking his head sadly after at her as she explained. Now imagine if you join the website and it recorded all your thoughts and told it to go for that thing. For you are thinking of let's say sea broccoli with cheese, and it will show you ads on that. Just by you thinking of it.
Well, I could see some perks for that too. In that case, you might not need a keyboard or a mouse. You could just interact it with your thoughts.
No,
That'd be kinda
it will be useful that because
neat.
they don't care about you. They care about selling you products.
But then there's little incentive to go to the site.
I mean, you are not going to the site for that one. You are just searching for news or something, or just watching some video, like a random news reading a handmade novel or phonies, and the site it will show something that you wanted. Back when you, or even worse, it will write it in a comment immediately when you think something. You will be banned so fast from everywhere. Back when you first joined me, I didn't know if any of the other time zones or ladies were still around. I thought it might be possible. I've seen the last one, even in this phony universe. If that was the case, then there is nobody around who knows how to access that information in the first place. Which thereby makes it a moot point in this case. Wait, so you do know how to access the information? Doctor? What are you hiding?
You know he has scientific curiosity too.
Yeah. So now you are on the spotlight of you not only hear the fact that your knowledge is recording everything they feel, see, smell, think, but you are also checking it. Oh, I see. The period of the slight accepting note. There is a picture with two that what I actually asked him. But those who live here never try them. Do you know how to access the information? Also, how would that happen? How does it work with other time zones who enter the ship? Will they download all the information they have, all the memories and everything, or will it be like, oh, you are linked to the other planet and I can't check your memories?
If you watch the original show, you might realize that before the Time War, the Time Lords were heavy isolationists, and they thought it would help to preserve their perfection. But they also had a little bit of curiosity, so I thought this was a system that they would probably use: is send out like a small sample of their society, these ships, record the experiences, then come back, and that would reinforce their desire to not leave, because their curiosity about the outside world is satisfied to a point.
Okay, one question again. Was the Doctor vanished from the planet before or after he saw the TARDIS?
Quite likely after.
Because if it was before, then it would be because of what the TARDIS recorded. Wait, did I say this?
Yeah, we did.
I said a lot, but does not say anything else. Until floats with like that back now. But yes, but I can only access my own TARDIS, not the other one. As he lives with the napkin, they turn that item back to the table as he said. Yes, keep in mind that there are multiple over the time zones, at least, which came from the time war over the years. All of that is thanks, in part, to the rest of you and your endeavors, both past, present, and future. Keep that in mind, and not all of them get seen by you directly, but there are other allies you met and meet over the time who do other important things that start a chain reaction, which eventually end up saving some of the resource race, especially those who chose to join us. That is the butterfly effect. Thanks to them, they were able to update our knowledge to the ships, which include the teleporting database. It is basically the black box of the airplane.
Basically, yes.
Now the question is, do you need to disable the TARDIS while you are taking the information out of it? Or while you are taking it out, does it stop recording? Right? There are things like that. Questions that are not clear me as well.
In fact, I actually remember an episode of when the Doctor visited his home planet, and he investigated a data system that he suspected was corrupted by the Master. But that also emphasizes the fact that they do have it. There was a telepathic database. So this really is canon.
Now the question is, was the database corrupted by the Master, or was the Master's mind corrupted and it was well recorded?
Kind of both. The Master mind got corrupted. We would find out way later on about that in the newer show. But then he went back to this data system and then kind of hid with it along with an accomplice.
So, what would happen if an amnesia got into a ship? Will it delete the memory that they are losing?
That episode was actually kind of special too because that was probably the last time the Master was ever in the show. And when he was in there, he kind of had like this skull mask on it because the actual actor died before that moment.
As I said, my people were not just guardians of the galaxy, the very mind. We were explorers too, like many other races. We were curious what was out there. At the same time though, not every one of them felt brave enough to venture out there directly, and put themselves in the potential line of fire to do so. So, instead of that, they sent out other well-trained scouts, so which I have to train personally, to go out there and get the information. Each one that gets sent is also sent to a very specific time and place. Time and place we wanted to update or on the board. Louis will have to prepare on purpose too, in order to recognize if time is being tampered with. We first have to establish a baseline. What if the baseline is already tampered with? How is time normally supposed to go? Well, in order to find it out, we have to send out scouts and prove the experience of things for ourselves. But by doing so, you are already changing timeline. That makes a lot of sense, as I said, in the tone of the nation. I guess it is pretty convenient for those who don't have the courage, like for to do it necessary, to gather that kind of information directly. So we figured I see from the bottom of your chin, thoughtfully. I guess it is more of an interest experience too, compared to just reading such things in a textbook. I mean, it depends on the textbook, right? I suppose there is some efficiency in the system. Also, nerfing might disagree. Or, even better, Vision might disagree. By doing this strategy, the lecture continued, I could eventually notice that the settled events happen throughout time are especially important. Including large ripple and chain reaction. It took a while, but the knowledge spread out. It showed them a sort of map of what
But
the
as
event.
their knowledge spread out,
What did I say?
but their knowledge spread out. You skipped the word as.
Yeah, there's no S. So the map of what the event of the event is supposed to look like. Yeah, so this is like episode the doctor has been they meet them the author. It's not like that. Oh, the doctor showed up. There's something happening because of the doctor showing up. No, the doctor is here because something is happening. Just like the episode is not the cause of the disaster, but this is
Actually,
happening.
when I wrote this conversation reminded me of the show Loki, and they were talking about things like the sacred timeline, where only one event of the universe's total history is correct, so they go out of their way to obliterate any other deviance to that. Because they feared that if they had no control over the system, some of those other timelines would be quite disruptive and destructive.
Yeah, but some of the other timelines are better.
Could
Like
be.
no timer. This
Hmm.
is what I said, that even if you fix the time war here, you are not saving anyone in your real life, in your real timeline, in the original one. The more my people notice that certain events are actually important, the more they started to become cautious around these events. They call them fixed timelines, and that is how much damage could be caused if those events are tampered with. I mean, yeah, once again, I really suggest anyone who likes September to watch Science Gate. The summer season left hope. I think it was around the time my people started to realize the importance of passing certain events. They wanted to make sure nothing happened to such events that is jeopardizing their own existence. I mean, what if that event is jeopardizing their own existence to begin with? Like time war once again. I can see that they did have an elevated sense of importance of themselves. And when remarks asking about some of the tall paintings around this room, which depict individuals that and in opposed as if they are important. Since the paintings are also animated, they are moving start. We really are in Hogwarts right now. They are moving slightly, and so in the background. For example, one of them shows a young pony wearing a dark clothes leaning on a cane, and a tall black cat, and and the and the little teeth in the background keep cycling through the clothes. They seem to wear seasons.
It just occurred to me, with an image like that, the pony in the foreground is not changing, but the background is. It is supposed to symbolize we are eternal, unlike everything else around us.
There we go. This is the place that they are in right now.
Probably something smaller, actually, since it's meant for the faculty.
I mean, it can be. This is the other place. You know there are two spots. There is
Okay.
one for the
Alright.
teacher and one for the student. This is the student spot. Also, near the toilet. It can be any side.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Dr. Gold in the agreement as he needed about some of these paintings as well. The woman did have an infinite ego. Dr. Shift said, I back to Mandarin. In fact, I remember sitting in this dining room back when I was a real Gallifrey. It was a real in Gallifrey. After all, I was one of the faculty members that worked here. His eyes legit to his horse as he had. So was Maradino, and this in my native universe. This is not my Chipotle anymore, this is my native universe. He is in this one too. I said I shot the doctor. Although he was. He shot. In a way, it is. And a matter of fact that it actually a preferred role in life. Where she's been teaching other students, she realized up. At that point, she's firmly in her element. She is the element of teaching. Imagine what I know of her too, the doctor adds. Okay, now that the subject has shifted back to her, they are literally what I do. Going off, hearing the whole conversation and then coming back. It's not a proposal. I will just briefly recap and highlight the important points of what has already been said. Every captain and crew member of each TARDIS has their thoughts and experiences recorded. That information is shared by the consciousness of each such vessel, and is accessible to others who know how to access it. This is the problem here. This part. It should not be able to be accessible for others.
There's no point of recording then. Like, you record this knowledge and it just basically lost in oblivion.
No, it can be shared, but it's not accessible by others.
Okay.
Because otherwise it can be literally just taken if someone can open the toilet and knows how to access it. Imagine if this got into the plugin of the Daleks. If they knew what the doctor was thinking.
That's probably why the security of the ships tend to be pretty tight. I mean, if it could survive explosions like the spark at the beginning of the universe, then they're pretty tough.
So wait, the Daleks has biometric scanner, basically, to know if the doctor is the one who entered it. Can it tell if the doctor is mind controlled?
That's rather likely, actually, since it has such intense telepathic recognition. It might also be able to tell when that status changes.
Or like, what? Can it decide to not open the door when the doctor is held at gunpoint to open the door? I mean, the doctor would not open it at that point, but
They do soon establish the suggestion that they could use the telepathic connection to also establish telepathic defenses to avoid scanning or tampering with their minds.
yeah. I mean, it might actually happen.
Yeah.
Already. He spread his form left and right to indicate everywhere around them. Then the rest of his form back on his seat. And he said, wait, objection, contradiction. I forgot the name, the ones that are invisible and you forgot them. The silent. The silent is my objection. Because they literally go to the family of TARDIS. Mind shit. Because
Suddenly,
you
just
still forget about them.
I had a thought that crossed my mind. What if you observe the race, the silence, as portrayed in the show, and they start trying to harmonic singing?
Ooh. Or even better, what if the silence are the TARDIS?
They're not. But they might potentially be in it. And if they are, they could be kind of stealthy about it.
Yeah? And the TARDIS doesn't mind because it's an intelligence recording thing as well. Or
Now, the consciousness of the ships could probably be constantly aware of the silence as they're inside the ship, because it's telepathic, it'd be able to sense their thoughts, and constantly remember it because it's always there to be observing its thoughts.
I mean the Doctor already accepting them being as a not hostile when they met them. And the TARDIS remembered it. Except unlike the Doctor.
It's just an interesting thought just flashed through my mind too. I wonder if the show addressed this or not. I don't remember. I don't think it did. You forget the silence every time you glance away, right? But
Yeah?
what if you have a photograph of them or painting?
No, you will still forget about them. You will like, you look away from them, you look at the picture and what is that? You may there's nothing there. I don't know, what is that?
Seeing
I,
the image of them in a photograph might remind you what they look like, and you're
yeah,
at
but
least seeing them.
yeah, but you wouldn't know what it is anymore.
Hmm.
Or maybe they don't even show up in the pictures.
Do know that they can be they can show up in televisions or recordings,
Ah.
but the idea was that you forgot them every time you look away from it.
So when people told that they are observing UFOs and aliens, it was just the silence. But back to this. Which includes us. In fact, the adventures of all of you are studied by many of us rather carefully, because all of you are the founders of the society. For those who do not have the privilege to work with the Doctor directly, and learn from this example, person can at least learn from him vicariously through the recording. That example, in turn, guides all of the rest of us. I imagine some of the female timelines here just reading through the mind and the experience of following and serving and just saying, just kiss already. And inside, they said, it's been intrusive, but I understand the purpose overall. Now let me do know about this, though. Can we establish a few minutes rules regarding the record? No! I can't change the settings. You certainly may. The basic applies to the young result. And if you do, we will do our best to respect each of your wishes when and if you give them. Also, it is very close to what Dr. Kelly did to... My god. Names! Names are going up,
Is it someone on the ship?
someone who was in the ship for one episode.
Uh, full episode? You talk about Lyra or Hunter?
No, the one who learned the karate from.
Learned what from?
Karate. Or martial arts.
Oh, Belladina?
No. The one with the hat. Rainbow, this is the favorite.
Oh, Daring Do?
No, it was so annoying. I know her. I know the name, but it just didn't come to mind. So let's talk about Dr. Kelly did that I knew. Just recording.
With the Ray
Not
Crystal,
just.
yeah. She gave that knowledge willingly, though, and
Yeah.
an edited version of that knowledge. Basically, her skills, but without personal information.
I mean, can you do that? No,
Yeah, she
there
did.
have been some personal information in there, like the trials,
Yeah, the
which
telepathic recordings of these ships can be way more intimate than a diary.
yeah, this is what why I meant that is a primitive version of this.
Yeah.
You should only make surprise to the result, and if you
You done
do,
that? Finish that.
it's fine. We will do our best to respect each of your wishes, and if you give them. Let me be something for the rest of you to think about. Just to acquire an attitude engaged or secure again. It doesn't matter. They have already checked all of your recordings. Following. No matter what you say, because Sammy by myself, they know already all of your life. You don't have to come up with the ground rules immediately. In fact, when and if you do come up with them later, before it return, just think about it. Since your rules are being recorded here anyway, and will include any ground rules, you will establish about them. Yeah, they check all the thoughts, and in the end, by the way, I don't want you to watch this part. But I already watched it. In the lucid picture though. That's really what I'm supposed to apply to my own people to back in the day. But when it comes to privacy, I just say I had my notes about certain members of our society. So they're quite pushy and possess more moral ambiguity. Oh my god, imagine how stage Photon would be with that. Not only showing just the images, it shows the feelings as well. It shares the feeling
Oh
like
yeah.
those. And now I made the same 18 plus. Aha! It is a tool to keep up a war. Based on the case. It's pretty clear by now that something that of your former society hadn't thrived to continue violent and intrusive solutions. That's why we formed our own society here in this station. Well, the society actually looks across all of its crew again. Then returns in the nation back to the page. With all of that being said, let's return to the main subject at who. When it comes to melody, rest assured that you have my full attention. That's why I didn't keep attention until now. His answer is correct for a moment, as he looked at the table and gathered his thoughts. Then he said, and lifted Gain back up, doing yes as he allows it. When it comes to her, there are risks that a lot of you need to keep in mind. Yes, an advantage to be sure, advantage is to be sure, and that his fate is something God, but in order to, well, he stands out for a moment as he leans back in the seat and puts his paws in front of his face. The amount of which continues to be surrounded by the arm of his seat. Okay, let's start with the basis of when it comes to her. We have to bring up this. of kind of one that picture in them. And this on them.
Yes. Correct. You're at the paragraph now.
First of all, I need to explain something about time opponents, since a lot of you haven't encountered them yet, except the Doctor. Human being, yes, just can notice it observantly. It's not noticing human themselves. If any body continues and summons with the Doctor, then an altruistic forces seem to be eventually and inevitably encountered. Time opponents are one of them. I mean, the Christians were almost time opponents. Not fully.
They were
But
closer to Darlocks in a way, because the suits were necessary for them to survive in all kinds of environments outside of their native planet.
yeah, but the difference is that for the Christians, the suit leaves hostile environment outside. For Daleks, it leaves it inside because they need the hostile environment to survive.
Yeah, the Cloxian suits are also similar to Mr. Freeze's suit.
Wait, oh my god, that reminds me. One of them, the teacher in the beginning, went inside the Dalek suit. Was it ever later mentioned that what happened to him being put into that?
Oh, I think you're talking about Ian Chesterton.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, he did say he was cramped in there.
yeah, but you know what I mean, right? The suit should have been immune with other activity from the inside.
Well, that was the first time they appeared in the show, so.
I mean, even in the next episode, they mentioned that, oh, we are not here, not saved by this. We need the activity.
By the way, every time they appeared in the original show, I've noticed a pattern. It's always written by the same writer, Terry Nation.
Ah, I also noticed a pattern. The story is there. In a nutshell, what they are is a race of cyborgs, meaning part machine and part flesh, that want to convert others into members of their species. When they do, they become under control of the rest of their collective. So, kind of like the mind players, but cybernetic.
And very, very much like the Borg from Star Trek.
I mean, more, all of those are the same, like, time mind, we convert, we hold. Our facility is stepped away from them. This is the difference. And they become emotionless and that's why called logical beings. Like the Brainiac. We are having the link between them, right? In the eyes they call it upgrading, meaning they are programmed with the mindset that they are doing others a favor to the transformation, regardless how much others fight against this other. I mean, yeah, the Daleks are doing a favor for the lesser beings by exterminating them as well, right? even their own species are being destroyed. Then, you are a lesser version of me, so for the species you are gonna be destroyed. You only need the higher version. How utterly deplorable! And the wind objects with a face inside wind of disgust. It sounds like the species is completely antithetical to my nature. Says the droid of the party. No doubt, Smith agreed with the glance and fellow Wind, who said as a pinnacle representative of naturalism and freedom, not in the symbolic nature of the wind itself. No, it is the symbolic nature of nature, for which you have identified yourself as on many occasions. I am the wind. Is known among us of a famous legend of yours. Spoilers. So, if fellow wind is I am the wind, then his girlfriend is actually the stone, the unmovable rock.
Oh yeah, they discussed that in that earlier adventure too, where she did strangely identify more with Earth ponies for a Pegasus.
Yeah. I am the mountain. And in the meantime, look I think, and I am the oncoming storm.
Right.
Which is kind of the wind as well.
Mm-hmm.
For that, when the wind blows its come off and looks its horse in the toes, and it gives us with an excellent proclamation. You know which picture I'm thinking of, right?
Probably not, but I at least have an idea.
If I find. No, I don't mean toes. Google. And knows a picture of toes. No, I will not find it. It's fine. Because my literal names are escaping all my mind today, so without name I will not find it. Basically just it. There you go. In which case, remember what when you face them, besides that inviting the young wizard, mean everything that they are not, and accept your place as such. It will be like you are the constant force of the universe as is summoning. We have to give injustice. With pleasure, but I've been coldly and legally assured you will succeed in the ground. And so I'm out of your face. So, this is what I have.
Soda, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Looks conveniently accessible.
Yeah, but having told a link to my talking is not great for the told.
That's still what you love.
I've been coldly and legally assured before the actually keeps his link around. Wow, we are still far away.
Yeah, it's about 8,000 words long. It was one of the longer
Oh
chapters.
yeah, it's number.
But
There are a few other things actually I establish about cyberpoli before you go on. Besides our rooms as you look for them likely, and nobody in particular. Just like nothing. With that, I would like to put an emphasis on the nature of physical capabilities, so that you have a baseline to compare the two. Because there are some crucial similarities and differences. Let's start with the basics. Cyberpoints are cyborgs that have forcibly been converted to a member of the species. Melanina is not. Or mind me. And it's this part. The they are part organic and part artificial. Keep that in mind, and I continue my lecture. Moving on, they look like identical working steel armor that is roughly poorly shaped. They kinda look like a power suit. They make a loud clang sound and they march in perfect unison, because they are remotely controlled.
There was a episode of Two Bit Sisters Play for Fallout 4 where they climb into mech suits that was actually in the game, but this one was pony shaped. Like the Steel Rangers from the Fallout series.
Yeah?
That's roughly what the cyber ponies probably look like.
I mean, they almost look like shells to begin with. From the outside. Different from the inside. You may also see certain technological parts hanging on the armor in various places. They are strong, tough, but also slow, because they are safe and calculated. Yeah, even in the show I was like, yeah, you are getting upgraded. What I see in the downgrade. So while they can crash through brick walls, and those vehicles weighing several tons each, and while the hero bullets will just bounce off and pass against the hard armor chassis, it is not that easy and risky to run circles around them. Oh, okay, I have to bring up the real fast. He's alive. So, probably here. I will read until this one. Keep this in mind, because Merlin is very different in multiple regards so far. So let's start with the fact that there are no organic parts to her. To Merlina. What does that mean organic is that they play with other technology, or for choosing? Not even a heart. Then speaking, then she isn't a cyborg, but a full-fledged android. Her mind is experienced in this regard though, but I will get to that later. So she literally is the ghost in the shell. Since there are no organic parts in her, then I'm guessing she was never converted to a cyber pony at the time leading directly. Just to carry her realizes. Furthermore, it also means her consciousness wasn't uploaded. To replace Adiponias, some other combatant why some other combatant that are probably to be human? Like some other combatants that are probably right? You're missing a like. Here. It's fine, no problem. Even with this, and my sister's just laughing in the corner. Not in the, not coming near the camera for obvious reasons. Correct. It's as I confirmed, I think it is at her ever since she spoke. Because she is the only one who speaks English in this family.
Well, besides you.
She's probably out in the end of the room. But yeah, I'm gonna stop right here. because we are going out to have some shopping. And wait, no, shopping is tomorrow, not today. Today everything is sold. But we are going somewhere. I don't know where.
Maybe to a park or something.
No, she's keeping it secret for some reason. Also, the reason is because my mother is gonna have her birthday soon, so
Cool. I hope you all enjoy yourselves.
yeah, I don't know when I may be coming back, but then I will be having what is it called? Oh yeah, we are gonna start the next finish fight. I mean the next, but actually the first finish fight with Rex. But now I'm gonna leave. We are gonna continue this tomorrow.
Alright.
And the actual, in the usual time, this time. So, not this late. Hopefully not gonna be going to get this last line today.
I think I have an alarm set for that time. You might want to check yours too to make sure it's set. Sometimes you have neglected that.
So, yeah, see you next time, tomorrow. Bye bye.
Alright. Bye bye.
Oh, so yeah, this was this. And voy a hacer ahora para. Unlike Melanina, who doesn't have a heart in this moment. No, this is not a pony heart. Or not a family heart anymore. I have a question though. If all of her parts are swamped, did she need to make 2 fake pony hearts?
You might find that out in the rest of the
yeah.
chapter.
Yeah, we will learn that tomorrow. Anyway, thank you for being here, and see you next time. Bye bye.
Bye bye.